Hey guys, I'm gonna make a video about the proof of God. I'm gonna prove it through science, and I'm gonna prove it through biblical terms because basically with science, you can look at the cup half empty or half full. That's the theory. It's like basically you can prove that you can't prove that God exists, and you can't prove that God does not exist, and that's where that theory falls. You see. So basically, right, the beginning of the universe, well, let's just say the whole universe. Obviously, the whole universe is designed by certain laws, right? So we can decide that those laws, right, were made by God, or we can decide that those laws were not made by God. They just happened for no reason, right? So when we say that it's better to look at the cup half full, we look at it as it's better to look at that it was God intent that God did make the universe, because what purpose would this all serve? You see, so why would something create the universe and all its laws without a purpose? Let's look at some fundamental things about our universe. Our universe, life is fluctuating all throughout it. Okay? Now, you may not say that the stars are not alive and stuff like that, but the stars are actually alive. Here's why, right? The Earth and the Sun share an electromagnetic bond, right? Um, they have an active energy and passive energy. Active energy is where the sun gives energy to the earth. Passive energy is when the earth gives energy to the sun, and how it gives this energy is through electromagnetic. I learned from somebody once upon a time that there was 12 electromagnetic fields, and in order to find water underneath the earth, they would use these tools that were kind of like this shape, like like that, and they would wobble whenever there was water underneath the earth. So there's electromagnetic in the earth. There's probably 10 other small electromagnetic fields that are very high in potency right at the center of those fields. But there's two main ones, and so the other electromagnetic field sensors you cannot see, but they probably have just a little bit of electromagnetic energy. I think I probably witnessed one time, but I don't know. I saw like some type of weird rainbowish type of clouds above me. But anyways, that's not the point. Let's get straight to the point, right? Okay. Uh, so God is life. The universe has life. You see. So if the universe has this life, right, and the stars are sharing passive and active energy, that means that our galaxy, between our galaxy and our sun, there is passive and active energy. And there's passive and active energy between our star and other stars. And there's stars way huger than ours. Like, our star is probably like this big. And then you have star that's like, I can't even put it in my fucking hands. Like, it's like that. You know what I'm saying? And that's completely crazy, because think about the size of Earth, and this little thing, it's like it's molecule, it's molecular compared to that. So if you look at a star like this, and star like that, you think, whoa, Earth is very molecular, and you think about the active and passive energy that they have. All of that energy seems to be organized to and fucks with us little things on this little molecular structure. We cannot even be founded on that scale. Like, basically on that scale, we would be considered atoms. We would be considered photons or whatever. Like the most broken down part of life. Maybe just an electron. So if we are that, then we are also something that is quantum. We are something that is not even actually there. Why are we there then? Okay, so if all these things are fluctuating in an electromagnetic scale, and they have this power to basically pass energy back and forth, then these energies might just be organized. And as you already know, our universe has organized in such a way. Now I can go into the sound theory that I once explained to you about how vibrations organized our universe, or I can keep up with this. There's fractals. Fractals are the fourth dimension, and they organize the universe in a certain way. Um, what other theories do I have about? Oh, the subjugation, right? Our genetics, right? We have small people, big people, and then you have all these type of different forms of life. People take on certain characters, different roles. Um, well, stars probably do the same thing. That's called the subjugation. We have lawyers. We have the musicians. We have uh, we have a bunch of roles. Let's look at a game like Dungeons and Dragons. You have the magician. You have the thief. You have a warrior, a princess. You know, you have a king. All of these things like that, right? And a system. When you play Monopoly, you have to choose a certain piece. So our genetics seems to kind of play the same thing in a way. It's like you have the older brother, and he's the chosen one, and you have the younger one who's might be a little smart and witty, you know. And so life seems to organize itself the same way. Um, when you look at the whole universe, the reason why science, we may say that science represents God, is because everything can actually resemble God, just like the way different species of animals resemble how humans have sex, for example. It's like, oh, wait a minute, don't humans do the same thing? Or don't we think the same thing? Won't we kill? Aren't we competitive? Wouldn't a woman chop off a guy's head, or like after sex or something? In some weird way, we can understand how it's related in a bigger sense to the way our human lives are, right? Like a praying mantis, she cuts off her man's head afterwards. But we understand that women are crazy and this and that and the other, blah 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 blah, right? So life seems to resemble, all things seems to resemble. Well, let's say if the animals in the animal kingdom kind of resemble human beings, then we human beings also resemble God. You see? So that's why I say God made us all in His image. Now, scientifically, we look at our Earth and our Sun, and we see the bond between it. Then you can see this is the bond between the Father, and this is the bond between the Son. And here you have Adam, right? As you have in the picture called Adam and God, the painting in the Renaissance times, Adam and God. And between, they hold a fruit. They're trying to touch each other. What is between them that they're trying to reach for? What is God putting down, and what is this? That's that electromagnetism. That's that fruit. You could say that God is the tree and we're the human, and there's a fruit on the branch, and human is reaching out for it, while all of this force and energy has done all it can to provide us with a fruit, and we don't even realize it. Somehow it does give us what we want. It's manufactured so that we like it, so it's good to our taste. How is this even possible that the universe or the stars and the planets have organized their tongue to our liking? Or did we manifest our way to like what it is? Why do we have taste buds? What is going on? What is the connection? There's a connection between life. And if we separate ourselves and we say, oh well, that's not real, then you're missing the point of everything, because obviously it's scattered throughout the whole universe that there is that connection. You see, the star and the earth, the tree and the human and the animal kingdom. All of this stuff is connected. It's the you would know it as the web of life, right? So the universe is filled with this web of life as well. And the web of life with them is the electromagnetic spectrum of things and how they bonding. Okay? Even they say that gravity is a weaker force, so electromagnetism is our higher, stronger force. What else? So I just tried to prove that God is real, and that's it. Um, stay tuned to part two. I'll create it in a second.